You ever wake up one morning and realize your whole life's been rewritten by someone you once called family? Your name on another woman's business. Your son calling her mom. Your memories twisted like they never belonged to you. That's what happened to me. Frank Dawson. And the day she asked me to walk her down the aisle, I didn't say a word. Because sometimes silence is the loudest kind of revenge. My name's Frank Dawson. I'm 68 years old, born and raised in a quiet town just outside Omaha, Nebraska. Retired truck driver, 43 years on the road, 1,000,000 miles, 1,000,000 stories, and one son who was my whole reason for staying alive after my wife passed. Most mornings start the same. Coffee that's too strong, creaking porch steps, the smell of rain on old wood. My wife's photo still sits by the window, her smile faded with the glass. I talk to her sometimes, old habit. She listens better than most people do these days. They say time heals. I say it just teaches you how to live with the scar. I thought I'd lived my share of heartbreaks, till the day betrayal came dressed like kindness, and called me Dad. Samantha showed up one winter evening, maybe late 50s, early 60s, I can't remember exactly. She worked at the diner on Main Street, same booth every Friday where I'd grab my usual coffee and pie. She was young, maybe 30, soft-spoken, sharp eyes. Reminded me of my wife when she first smiled at me, that kind of warmth that lowers your guard before you even notice. She'd ask about my life, about the road, about my boy Michael. Said she didn't have family. Brought me homemade muffins once, said she didn't like seeing good men eat alone. And slowly, I started to let her in. My son, Michael, he doesn't visit much. Busy life in Chicago, new job, new friends. So when Samantha started helping me with chores, fixing dinner, checking on me when the snow piled high, it felt good. Like maybe someone cared again. I called her kiddo. She called me Dad, half joking, half real. I should have seen the warning signs, but at my age, loneliness sounds a lot like love. One spring, Michael came home. I introduced them, proud, smiling, feeling like life gave me something back. The next thing I knew, they were seeing each other. She laughed about it, said, "Guess I'll really be calling you Dad now." I laughed too, but something about it twisted inside me. Months passed. I'd call Michael, he'd barely answer. Samantha started saying things like, "Frank, you worry too much. You should rest more." And one day, I found out the house, the one I built after my wife died, was no longer in my name. Michael said, "Dad, it's just paperwork." Samantha helped sort things out. I looked at him, my only son, and said, "Son, that's not paperwork. That's my life." He walked away. I'd spent my whole life giving. Now I was watching it disappear one signature at a time. I found out through Facebook. My son got married. No call, no letter, no invite. A photo popped up, Michael in a gray suit, Samantha in white lace, holding hands under a wooden arch. The caption read, "Mr. and Mrs. Dawson, new beginnings." She took my name. My life. My son. Neighbors stopped calling me Frank. They called me Old Dawson, like I was the outdated version. The one you uninstall when the new one arrives. I saw her once in town, hair perfect, smile sharp as glass. "Mrs. Dawson looks good on me, doesn't it?" she said. And she laughed. I didn't answer. My heart wasn't broken, it was emptied. You reach a certain age and realize heartbreak doesn't explode anymore, it fades, quietly, until you can't even hear your own voice say why. But that night, staring at my name scratched out of my own mailbox, I whispered to myself, "She may have taken my name, but she'll never own what it stands for." Old men don't fight with fists. We fight with patience. So I started digging. Quietly. I went through every document, every old deed, every letter. Turns out, she'd registered a catering business, Dawson's Family Kitchen, using my late wife's recipes I once shared over dinner. claimed them as her own. She'd even used my military service photo on the website, calling it our family heritage. I spent months gathering proof, name rights, property records, everything. I met with an old friend, Carl, a retired lawyer from the VFW hall. We built a case. Every night, I'd sit on the porch, notebook open, pencil shaking, writing down the steps like route maps from my driving days. Patience, precision, endurance, the same tools that kept me alive on the road. By the time spring came, I had everything I needed. Filed a name rights claim, a fraud complaint, and a quiet lawsuit she wouldn't see coming. I didn't want money. I wanted dignity. She used my name to build her empire, I told Carl. I'll use it to take it all back. The first cracks appeared fast. Samantha's bank froze her accounts. The state sent her notices. She called Michael crying, blaming paperwork mistakes. But small towns talk faster than the internet. Folks started whispering, Frank Dawson's fighting back. Michael showed up one afternoon, red-eyed, confused. Dad, what's going on? I looked at him, steady. Just fixing what got broken, son. Weeks passed. Samantha's business closed. Her suppliers backed out. She sold her car, then the house, my old house. And then, just when I thought it was over, a letter arrived. A wedding invitation. Samantha was marrying again, a local real estate agent. And she wanted me to walk her down the aisle. Said it would show forgiveness. Forgiveness. The same word she never gave me. I said yes. Because every storm needs an audience. The church was full that day. Everyone in town came, curiosity, pity, gossip, you name it. I wore my old service jacket, polished my boots, carried no bitterness. Just calm. When the music started, I offered her my arm. She looked radiant, or at least she thought so. Halfway down the aisle, the officiant cleared his throat, voice trembling. Before we begin, there's a legal matter that must be addressed. The room went silent. Turns out, the marriage license, the one Samantha filed, was invalid. The name she used, Samantha Dawson, had been legally revoked. Every document tied to that name now belonged back to me. Her face turned pale. Gasps filled the church. She whispered, Frank, what did you do? I leaned close and said, You wanted my name, Samantha. Now live with what it's worth. Then I let go of her arm, and walked away, down that aisle, past the pews of people who once pitied me, through sunlight pouring like mercy through stained glass. I didn't turn back. Because when you finally stand tall again, you don't owe anyone your shadow. Samantha left town 2 weeks later. Word was, she sold the last of her business for pennies. Michael came home, quiet, remorseful. Dad, he said, I don't deserve your forgiveness. I told him, forgiveness isn't something you deserve, son. It's something you learn to live with. We sat on the porch that night. The air smelled like rain, crickets sang, and for the first time in years, I felt peace. You spend a lifetime teaching right from wrong, but sometimes you've got to show it, not say it. That's how men of my time did things. Not for fame. For pride. I fixed the old mailbox. Painted F. Dawson back on it myself. Slow strokes. Firm hand. When you get to my age, you stop chasing revenge. You start reclaiming your dignity. Because revenge isn't about hurting back, it's about standing up one last time, so the world remembers who you were. So if you've ever been betrayed, but refused to break, this story was for you. Tell me in the comments. Would you have walked her down that aisle? And don't forget, protect your name. Because it's the only thing you leave behind that can't be stolen.